Hello, music lovers and conversationalists. Welcome to the channel and welcome to another exciting episode of Friday Firsts. Today, I'm happy to share with you an artist who I think is one that you can say if you are ever asked the question, what is the current status or what is the future of the blues? Is the blues dying? Will it be around? Is it going to survive? And you can answer emphatically with yes and give a couple of examples. One being Tyler Morris, who is a local blues phenom, uh, does a lot of tribute shows to Van Halen. So if you're a Van Halen fan, keep an eye out for that. And also, you've heard her name mentioned on my channel and as well as Gary over at Physical Format Rock and Roll, the Texas blues guitarist, singer, songwriter Ali Venable, and the one that is being featured tonight is none other than Christone Kingfish Ingram and his debut album from 2019 that won multiple blues music awards, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, and it's called Kingfish. And this is off of the Alligator Records album. This album features several star-studded names from Buddy Guy, who is responsible for discovering Christone and also mentoring him and funding the money to get this album recorded. So a lot of kudos to Buddy Guy in that respect. Also, producing the album is a well sought after and talented musician in his own right, Tom Hambridge, who worked with Ingram on co-writing 8 of the 12 songs, really guiding him in the production in terms of songwriting, if you will. And also Keb Mo is featured on this album as well. So there's some really talented musicians there working with the youngster who was, I think, barely 20 years old at the time of the release of the album. So it was really and always cool to see the old guard working with the young up-and-coming musicians who are looking to carve a path out for their own career in the blues world. So very happy to learn of that when I was first absorbing and listening to this album. This was a huge album for Christone Kingfish Ingram, as it won him 5 Blues Music Awards in 2020 down in Memphis. He won the Blues Instrumentalist of the Year award, the Contemporary Blues Male Artist award, the Contemporary Blues Album of the Award, Best Emerging Artist Album of the Year award, and one that I think is the most sought after one, and that's Album of the Year award. So that is really huge to accomplish all of that on your debut album. And also, he was nominated for Grammy in the Best Traditional Blues Album category. So that is just unbelievable to receive such accolades for your debut album, and it's just a great way to kick off a career. Some of the albums that Ingram was going up against are from so many seasoned veterans in the blues world and who have really just been honing their skills for so many years, probably longer than Ingram has been alive. And the first one was from February of 2019, and it's called This Land by Gary Clark Jr. That's his 3rd studio album. A John Mayall release also in February of 2019 called Nobody Told Me. And a 3rd February release for 2019 is by the great Eric Gales. He's also been called a guitar phenom, one of the best guitar virtuosos you're going to ever see. And that was the album Bookends. The album is such a spectacular album and a great display of musicianship, from the songwriting to the production to the musicians themselves. This is such a great album to really get into some new blues. If you're not sure where to start, it's a great way to educate yourself on the youngsters in the blues world. And I thought I'd take a few minutes and share with you my favorites here on the album. Starting off with Hard Times, this is a great song that Ingram really touched a universal nerve with everyone in the world that is going through something difficult, whether it be economic or a personal matter. This is just a universal thread that so many people unfortunately relate to and will always relate to, I think. The next song, and I'm sure we've all had these moments of wanderlust, if you will, just wanting to get out and explore the world around us, and the song is called Outside of This Town. This is a straight up hard rock and blues tune with a, as I said, a wanderlust element to it. At about the 2:54 minute marker, this album really takes off. Ingram's on fire for a good portion of this song, and it really is just an excellent tune to listen to. So, so far we have Hard Times and Outside of This Town. Next we have a song that I mentioned was going to talk about earlier, and decided to save it for the top songs of the album. This is the one that Buddy Guy is featured on, and it's just really cool to see Buddy Guy teaching Ingram the ways of the blues, mentoring him, and the two just have such chemistry working on this song called Fresh Out. It's just such an old school scorcher of a blues tune that's really going to blow your eardrums out, and you're going to want to crank this one up because it's just featuring two of the best in the business from the new school with Ingram, who's really more of an old soul in terms of his style of playing and the way he just gets the blues and harnesses that old school style of playing and molds it into his own. It's just, and without really losing sight of the old school sound, and it's just really cool to hear Ingram and Buddy Guy rocking out on this tune, Fresh Out. And my favorite song on the album is one that is definitely for the old souls, which I've considered myself an old soul for years, and it's called Been Here Before. This is an autobiographical tune by Ingram, and it's just a soulful and almost reflective number from Ingram, and it's just goes years beyond him and really a throwback to the blues masters of yesterday and his respect for the blues, and really just letting his old soul shine out. And so Been Here Before is my favorite off of the album, and I'll just quickly run through the tracks again for you that are my favorites. Hard Times, Outside of This Town, Fresh Out, which is the one with, so we got 3 so far. Fresh Out, which is the one with Buddy Guy on it, and my favorite coming at number 1, Been Here Before, which I think all you old souls will love this song. I'm going to try and find the video on YouTube that I discovered back in 2016 featuring Christone Kingfish Ingram. That's where I found him, along with Samantha Fish and Ty Curtis. I'm not too sure, or not. I don't know too much about Ty Curtis or where he's at these days, but it's a great footage from Portland Blues Festival or Music Festival that the 3 are, I guess, taking a Q&A session kind of thing, and it's really cool to see what Samantha Fish and Christone Kingfish Ingram were before upcoming big superstars, and it was right before Samantha Fish's career took off. And you can say you saw her before she became big, if you were there. So again, this is the debut album, a excellent debut album by Christone Kingfish Ingram, called Kingfish. It's on the Alligator Records label. I think this is a shot of him at the Ground Zero Blues Club that I think Morgan Freeman is a part owner of. And this is just a great picture of him. It's personally autographed. Thank you to my friend and concert brother George for getting that for me. And again, it's on the Alligator Records label, which this is still available, I believe, on vinyl from the Alligator store. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will have more Friday Firsts to come in the future. Take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.